What is up, people? The internet. It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video. And today, it is time that we do the final Georgia runoff video before the official prediction Monday. That's right. This Monday, I will be giving my official prediction for the Georgia runoff. And I understand a lot of people are dooming, glooming, moaning about this race being over for Walker. Well, I'm not so certain that it's over for Walker. I'm not saying he's a favorite, alright? Don't go around saying, see, Real American Politics, he's a favorite. No. What I am saying, however, is there are some indicators that say this is not a foregone conclusion that Walker is going to lose this race. It's not a foregone conclusion. There is a path for Walker. And it's more serious than people expect it to be. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. That is right, folks, for just 10 cents a day, you can join Real American Politics, only 10 cents a day. That's a phenomenal deal to help support the daily content. We all love that daily content, so I hope you join today. Alright, folks, let's get into it. So, the Georgia runoff, the most critical Senate race, or in fact, any race happening right now. This is going to really determine what's going to happen in the country in the next couple of years. Yes, Republicans got the House of Representatives, but the Senate, it's either 50-50 or 51-49. Yes, on paper, Democrats have the majority no matter what. But keeping it 50-50 is a lot more important than people think. That means Republicans still have a say on a lot of committees. It's a split Congress, or I should say split Senate, and they share the majority technically. That's what the official terminology for it is. And basically, Democrats can't just ram through everything through the committees. With the current system, there is some things Republicans can do. If they get 51, that may not be good. But we just got to see what happens. Now, I want to give my take on this entire runoff, because I think there is a lot more happening here than I think people really expect. So again, am I saying Walker's favored? No. But there are many data points that indicate this is going to be closer than people expect. This is going to be way closer than most people expect. So let's start by race. 55% of the early vote for the runoff are white voters. Now, this is a bit down from 2020 or 2022. It's down by around 2 points for the early vote. It was like 57% this last fall. I should say last November. It's going to be like 55%. That is a slight decrease. But. This is why I think there is still a shred of hope. The race vote, not the best for Republicans. But you look at where the vote's coming from, you look at age, etc., you start to realize, oh, wait a minute. There's a lot of signs that indicate this is going to be a close race. Now, you look at the total votes, and Cherokee County is one of the big Republican counties. They're one of the only major Republican counties that have underperformed. I mean, they're only at 56% of the 2022 early vote. But what's to say these voters aren't going to show up on election day? This is what my point is. There's a lot of voters that, or I should say a lot, there's going to be a substantial amount of voters that probably voted early in the 2022 election that's going to vote in the election day for the runoff. We're actually seeing the opposite happen right now. 7.5% of the early vote for this last election, they voted on election day. These are day of voters. Who do you think these voters are going to favor? Just think about it for 5 seconds and you realize, yeah, this is a vote that's going to break for Walker heavily. So that's why I'm saying that this isn't over. And I understand this non-voter group may be a problem. It's fairly black. It's like almost plurality black. This may be a problem. But these day of voters, we know, based on their demographics, they're going to favor Republicans by a large amount. And for the non-voters, they're probably going to break for Warnock. But the question is how much? how much are these going to break for Warnock? And you start looking by age. And for the non-voters, it is fairly young. For the rest of the vote, it's over 70% 50 plus. Now, there are going to be a lot of, senior black voters. I understand that. They're still going to break heavily Democrat. But Georgia's one of those weird states where there's a lot of rural black senior citizens that vote Republican. Just look at the black belt in Georgia. These counties that are fairly black, they're not breaking 90-10 like a lot of other counties you expect. They're actually a bit more even. There's a chance a lot of these older rural voters, they're voting by wider amounts than we expect. And that's why I'm saying, people, this race isn't over just yet, because all these polls that have Warnock up by 4 to 5 points, they're saying only 50% of the votes come from 50 plus. And this group is breaking for Walker by 15 points or so. If it's 60% of the electorate, you do some math and you realize Walker would probably be ahead in that poll. Or multiple polls, in fact, have shown that similar trend. That's why I'm saying this sucker isn't over. And when you look at location, you do the math and you realize, based on the percent of the 2022 early vote, the Republican districts are tied with the Democrat districts, percentage-wise. Again, you start doing some math and you realize this is close. At this point, it's going to come down to how did those libertarian voters vote? Do they even show up? Do they break for Walker? I think there's a chance they do. There's been multiple indications that those libertarian voters did take away voters from Walker. Look where they came from. Mostly northern Georgia. One of the most Republican parts of Georgia. In fact, probably the most Republican part. It actually is, in fact, the most Republican part. And that's where the Libertarian took most of the vote share from Walker. Those voters aren't going to break for Warnock, especially in northern Georgia. Places like Fulton, maybe. But I have some doubts that they're going to all break for Warnock by a significant amount. Plus, we got to see what happens on Election Day. That's why I'm saying I'm waiting until Monday. I'm waiting for everything to cool down. We got our final early vote numbers. Then I'll make the final prediction, because there's some underlying details to say, hey, wait a minute. You can't just call Walker out. You can't just say Walker has zero chance. When there's a lot of data of voters who we know broke for Walker significantly that voted early. And you look at counties, percentage-wise, it's kind of even. We just got to see what happens on Election Day. But if you live in the state of Georgia, you must get out and vote. Vote, 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 vote. On Tuesday, and if you do have an absentee ballot, turn it in. Don't wait till the last second. Turn it in. Get out and vote, because this is serious. If we get a 50-50 split in the Senate again, Biden's agenda, he will not be able to ram through everything in the Senate through the committees. If we keep the 50-50 split, things in the Biden administration's fully done. There's really nothing can jam through in the Senate. So yeah. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash that like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.